Hello, boys and girls. This is Aunt Fernita, and I have a wonderful story for you called Jesus Loves Me. Today's memory verse is Revelation chapter 4, verse 11. It says, "You are worthy, God, to receive glory and honor and power." The message for today's story is we praise Jesus for doing hard things for us. Have you ever had to do something really hard? Jesus did something really hard for you. After sharing supper, Jesus and the disciples walked to a garden. "Pray for me," Jesus said to his friends. Then he went a little ways away to pray. He knew he would die very soon. "Father," he prayed, "I don't want to suffer, but if it is your will, I will do it." God sent an angel to encourage Jesus with words of comfort and hope. When Jesus went back to his friends, he found them sleeping, just when Jesus needed them most. There, in the middle of the night, Jewish leaders came with soldiers to arrest Jesus and to take him to the high priest. Peter followed. He slipped into the yard and sat near the fire the guards had built. A servant girl saw him. "That is one of Jesus' followers," she said, pointing to him. Peter was afraid. "I don't even know Jesus," he exclaimed. Soon, a man stared at Peter. "You must be one of Jesus' special friends," he commented. "I am not," Peter insisted. A little bit later, another man studied Peter's face. "This must be one of Jesus' disciples," he said. "I don't know what you're talking about," Peter shouted. Jesus heard. He looked at Peter with eyes filled with sadness. Peter felt terrible. He was so ashamed. He hurried away, crying bitterly. The guards put a blindfold on Jesus. One hit him as the other shouted, "You are a prophet. Tell us who hit you." The Jewish leaders gathered together. "Are you the Messiah?" they asked Jesus. Jesus answered them, "I will soon be sitting at God's right hand." The leaders' faces turned red with anger. They wanted Jesus to die right then. They thought that should happen to someone who called himself God. But Jewish leaders had to get permission first from the Roman ruler, Pilate. The leaders led Jesus to Pilate's palace. Pilate did not believe the lies they told about Jesus, but he was afraid of the Jewish leaders. Finally, Pilate agreed to do what they wanted. "Take him away," he ordered. Soldiers dressed Jesus in a purple robe. They made a crown of sharp thorns and placed it on his head. They knelt down and pretended to honor Jesus, and then they spit on him. But Jesus did not fight back. His heart was breaking, but he was not angry at the leaders or the soldiers. He forgave them because he loved them. Jesus would die for the people who hurt him. Jesus would die for you and for me.
This podcast is produced by Gracelink.net at Studio El Piso, Singapore. For more children's resources, please visit Gracelink.net.